Good morning, dear participants, dear colleagues, dear friends, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alexander Böhmer. I'm heading the OECD Southeast Asia division, which is in charge of the Southeast Asia regional program and also our special relationship with Thailand. It's a pleasure for me and an honor to contribute to this important second consultation meeting of the private sector on issues related to OECD and also OECD accession of Thailand. The OECD is an intergovernmental organization. It has 38 member countries, and we were working through the committees on various issues. We have about 220 bodies. We're working with all 38 member country experts on issues like climate change, the energy transition, how to attract more private investment into renewable energies, on trade policy issues, on investment policy issues, on tax policy issues. We have billions of data points as a statistical hub. And maybe most important for businesses, we also set standards in a number of areas which directly affect the bottom line. So you could say there is a sort of compliance block where we set standards on anti-bribery regulations for governments, which also have to be acknowledged by business. We set standards on good corporate governance principles, including for state-owned enterprises, but also for listed companies and for family businesses. We set also standards for responsible business conduct. That's also a very important new area, but also on sectoral issues, like, for example, chemical testing standards, which saves the chemical industry some 300 million euros per year, because these are harmonizing standards. And then there are, of course, standards on frontier technologies. And this is a new wave of standards where Thailand should also be involved in importantly, whether it's on biomedics or in the area of artificial intelligence. We have all these regulatory dialogues with the key regulators in our committees, and we develop the standards which then also have to be implemented by businesses. And in order to do that, the committees have already a tradition in consulting with the business community, and they do that through BIAC, which stands for Business at OECD. And you will hear my colleague from BIAC talking later about it. This is a formalized process where most committees consult with industry regularly, consult with business, the private sector, to get input into their recommendations, how governments should relate and regulate, for example, a new sector like the artificial intelligence sector. So this is very important. And now we're coming to another area where we have an important function in supporting economic policy reform. So a lot of work of OECD is also focused on supporting open trade and open investment, and also fostering competition policy so that new market entrants can actually also trade and invest in the market and do business in the market. That's also a very important principle. And then, of course, we work on governance reforms, which are also important for businesses because we recommend better regulation. We often recommend cutting red tape, have less administrative hurdles. And this is also an important area. Skills development. I know that for Thai business, this is also an important area. It's very important for us. We work a lot, including with Thai agencies on vocational and educational training programs, for example, but on other skills enhancing and education enhancing policies. You may have heard about the PISA studies, where Thailand is also featured with important improvements in the educational system. So this just to give you a few examples of what we do. But now, of course, it's important really to see what would it mean if Thailand, the Thai government, accedes to the OECD, becomes an OECD member. Now, this would be a process over a couple of years where about 25, 26 of our key committees will review Thai government policies in various areas. I mentioned a few: investment, trade, anti-corruption, corporate governance, financial markets, environment, education and health and public governance, and so on and so forth. So doing that process, the input from the private sector is extremely important, because this process can be transformative for the business climate. And I know you from the private sector, you must be interested in this process, as I was working in the German industry before, and we were very interested in and supportive of OECD reform recommendation processes, because we knew that this would have a pro-business outcome in most cases. And if not, we would be able to raise our voice and say, this is right, this is what we think, this is not a good way, this is a good way. So I encourage you to do that as well. And there are many opportunities in the accession process where you can do that. And I think the accession process will be beneficial, net beneficial for the private sector. We've seen that in Korea, when Korea joined the OECD, South Korea joined the OECD 25 years ago. We went through quite a process of accession, rigorous process, which took a couple of years and involved also the Korean private sector quite a bit. And it really helped boost investor confidence. When Korea joined, after that, FDI flows went up. Apparently, the business dynamic was even stronger than it was before already. So we were very pleased to see this effect. It basically also means an accession to the OECD that the country acceding aligns with these rules-based market standards, and that sends an important signal to the international investor community. And as I was mentioning already, the new game, of course, in the global competition for investment is to attract more quality investment. So investment in green technology, investment in digital technology and artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. And it's very important also for countries in Southeast Asia to be competitive, attracting these technologies. I know that your current Prime Minister is very actively seeking to promote this kind of investment into Thailand. And we stand ready. We stand ready to support this through our accession process, which can help to achieve these goals. Let me maybe highlight also that we also have quite a bit on terms of sectoral support. So, for example, we work on sectors like tourism industry. So we have a tourism committee, and this tourism committee will also consult with companies from Thailand active in the tourism sector. We have the transportation sector. We also work with the infrastructure sector and infrastructure development. There's a lot of work with the renewable energy sector, agriculture, with fisheries, and with steel, with the steel industry, and then of course with digital industries and telecoms and other innovation related sectors. That's very important for us. And let me also add that we do a lot of work on entrepreneurship promotion. We analyze, for example, in a series of reports on high growth enterprises, how to focus SME policy, entrepreneurship policies on companies which have the potential to grow and which are real job creators and also have innovative capacities. So there's a broad range of issue areas where Thailand can benefit from, but also you from the private sector can be a net benefit. So with that, let me just reiterate, we support very much the idea of involving the private sector in the accession process. And then also when Thailand is a member, continuing and involve the private sector through our institutionalized process. That means through business at OECD. And as said, from my experience, the pro-business climate reform effect of an OECD accession process can be quite important. So it could be the boost which we're all hoping for to get our annual growth figures into a higher range. And with that, wish also for Thailand and its future economic development. Let me thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much. Kopen Cup.